Yeah, and she's looking at all this shit. Now, man, and nobody came here. I'm not even judging her, but you got to take, because I'm not judgmental towards prostitutes.
It's a simple fact that where there's a prostitute, there is fucking trouble.
Yeah. People do what they got to do to get by. Right. I'm not judgmental on their career. I'm not judgmental on them as a person.
Watch hookers on the point. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, I mean, but just use some intelligence.
Right.
Take that shit to a hotel.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, Raymond couldn't afford cable, so he had no opportunity to educate himself about the hookers and hoes.
About hookers, hoes, and johns, yeah.
Yes.
I'll tell you what. Now, here's why I was getting to Mardi Gras with Raymond, because we just mentioned Raymond never had any money to pay rent.
Right.
Never. But let me go ahead and stop this, because we coming to the hour point. Yeah,
right.
in the halfway point here. Let me go ahead and stop, and we'll be back after we rented this out.
I'm going to go get a hooker.
Yeah, go get enough time to get a hooker. All right, so back. Hopefully we got straight things to tell you. Nothing against gay people or anything. Nothing at all. I know there's one guy. He sent something in. He had a point. He's like,
who?
Man, it was a member, and I don't know if he's gay or not. I'm assuming he is, and if so, he had a point. He's like, sometimes you make jokes, and I know you are very. I know you're not homophobic. I know you're very pro-gay rights and everything. But he said, sometimes you just make jokes that just make me feel uncomfortable. I was like, man, look, we make jokes about everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I said, I understand where you're coming from, though. Not to dismiss you, but really, I mean, this is that kind of site, man.
Right.
This kind of show or whatever.
All kinds of crap comes out of our mouths.
Yeah.
And, the shows fly by. Before we know it, we say something stupid. We may end up regretting tomorrow, but
I've talked
it happens.
about,
That's how people work. I'm sorry, but
I mean,
no offense to you. It's not directed towards you or the people you represent or whatever. It's just we're just talking. That's all. Don't take any of this to heart. We're a couple of jackasses ourselves. So
it's true, man. It is one of those things where we have unlimited freedom on what we talk about, and I'm surprised we haven't taken it too far. Fortunately, we have common sense, and that's why we've been able to be given as much freedom as we have.
We try our best.
Yeah, we try our best, but really
convince people we have common sense.
So we've been lucky enough to have no restraints on us, and this is why we love doing this kind of thing.
Right.
So yeah, no offense to gay people at all when we say anything. Or anybody else. The Chinese I don't like too much, but other than that, no. Kid.
Those goddamn Eskimos, man.
The Eskimos are the ones, man. Them and their fucking
those
igloos.
You got to look out for.
But anyway, all right. So now getting to Raymond and Mardi Gras, because tonight is Mardi Gras.
The Raymond adventure, yes.
Raymond, like we said, Raymond never had money to pay rent.
Nope.
The moment Raymond, it was cursed to be. It was destined to be a cursed relationship with him and I when he was a roommate with me, because right from the beginning there was an omen. The day he moved in and he was supposed to pay rent, he came in and said, "Man, I lost the rent. I can't pay." I said, "So $600 you lost?" And he's like, "Yeah." He said, "I lost all my money," and apparently, I think I was charging him less. I think he had $600, and he was supposed to pay $300. That's what it was. He was being charged $300. He got paid $600. He's like, "Man, I lost $600 today."
Jeez.
I'm like, "You lost $600?" He's like, "Yeah, I can't pay rent. I can't eat. I can't do anything."
And you asked him how?
Yeah, and he said it just fell out of my pocket.
$600 just fell out of your pocket.
Some lucky bastard got $600 richer that day because of him. Unless the motherfucker's lying, he's spending on prostitutes.
I mean, honestly, when you lose $600, it's not like losing.
It ain't like losing $20 or something.
$20. That's $600.
Yeah,
and usually you're too busy looking for it instead of telling the roommate I lost. Your ass is looking for that shit.
No, he said he looked for it. He did. Yeah. He said he tried it, and I believe him because he looked down. Because see, he didn't have a checking account or savings account. He didn't have a bank.
He better looked like his fucking girlfriend broke up with him. Yeah,
he did. No, he looked.
Okay, then he was probably telling the truth.
Yeah, he looked like. He looked like, "Fuck, man, I lost." He's like, "I don't give a fuck about your rent. I lost $600." So he lost his money, man. So that meant that I let him eat my groceries, all kind of shit, which he started like stealing anyway. Like, talk about coming in one day. Look, man, I remember coming in one day and I had the Swanson's Hungry Man chicken dinner, fried chicken dinner. 3 pieces of fried chicken.
A staple here.
Corey's place. Yeah.
Humble abode. Yeah.
It comes with 3 choice pieces of fried chicken, corn,
yes,
a little thing of mashed potatoes,
and a dessert
and brownie.
Of course.
You usually find the one with the cran apple treat, and I don't like that one. I eat it anyway, but to find the one with the brownie, that's like the McRib. It's like for a limited time or something. I've searched for a long time to get that fucking brownie.
You got the golden ticket.
Exactly.
Of microwave dinners.
I come in one day from work, I'm like, hungry man, can't get it down like a hungry man can. You know, I'm like,
you're singing hungry man's praises. Yes.
I go to the freezer. I'm like ready to eat. I'm ready to slam.
I'm hungry for a hungry man.
Hungry man. Yeah.
That don't sound right.
I don't. So I put this. I go to the freezer, open it up, and I look. Now the freezer ain't really that big, but I'm desperate. I'm looking at the ice containers. I'm looking at the shit. Maybe I put it in the refrigerator. I was like, what's hungry man? What? And I was like,
do all your freezer little buddies come to life like in Pee Wee? Like, hey guys, have you seen my frozen hungry man?
Hungry man?
Sorry, Corey.
We haven't seen anything.
Wait a minute, that son of a bitch Raymond came in here looking, started filling me up.
Well, that's what I thought, man. I thought like, Raymond. Sure enough, I went up. Now, normally, people, this all sounds like this is exaggerated. Right. It is not. I go to the door, and I expect him to like tell me that he's eating, that he did eat it, but it was like earlier that day.
Yeah.
I fucking knock on the door, and he's like, come in. Mm-hmm. I sit you not. He's on the floor eating that fucking dinner. Crumbs all over his hands and lips. Ketchup on his fucking fingers. Yeah. And I look at him. I was like, Raymond, is that my hungry man fried chicken dinner?
And you walk towards him and you step on that fucking foil on the top. It still has that gravy on it. Oh.
Give me that. I'm licking the plate and shit. Licking that cardboard container. Oh. And I said, Raymond, you ate my... He said, yeah. He told me. He said, yeah, Corey, I was hungry, man. Hungry, man. But he did say, I was hungry, man. I didn't have anything to eat. And I was like... And when he puts it that way, it's like, okay, I feel bad for him. Right. He was hungry. He had no money. Couldn't pay rent. I was like, but fuck, I was looking forward to getting that dinner, man. I was like, have you ever you ever been turned down by, well, not you, of course.
No,
I mean, maybe you have.
I don't get turned down by nothing.
Okay. Because you ain't got a chance to turn on anything. So you ain't got nothing to turn up. But no, I've been turned down by women and hadn't felt as bad as that. My heart sank.
Damn.
My heart sank. I was like, because it's disappointment. I mean, he's like, I spent like my ride home thinking about that shit. I had a thought balloon over my head.
Damn, Corey.
I got there and the shit was gone. I'm like,
that was like vagina in a box for you.
Right then and there, it might as well have been. And it's an inconvenience because you got to go, because you don't want to go to the grocery store and just buy one TV dinner. So I had to go.
I get variety. Yeah.
It's like going to the store just to buy toilet paper.
Yeah.
Because the guy at the counter is looking at you like, Dan, did you wipe your ass before you came in?
They look at you like, oh man, you poor guy.
Yeah. Did you take a shit and realize you didn't have any toilet paper? Yeah. You just pulled your pants up and came to the grocery store. What did you use to wipe with? Is there like a dirty washcloth at your house or something?
No, it's a newspaper. All right, I use the funny section. It's not as rough on my ass.
So and even though people know that you have more common sense into like, don't leave the house with a dirty ass, you still think I'm buying toilet paper. Yeah. They're looking at me like my ass is dirty right now. So I don't want to look like...
Yeah, here's your can of generic beer. It just says, there's no brand name. It's just a white label, a black lettering beer.
Beer. Yeah, so I didn't want to show up. My pride was too big, man. I didn't want to just show up and just buy a hungry man dinner because the guy at the counter looking at you, the girl at the counter looking at you like, damn, you really love this fried chicken, don't you? And you're black too, so you don't want to go and just buy fried chicken. Yeah. Like, sir, would you like to go buy a watermelon on sale today?
Damn.
But anyway, Raymond, man, you remember we all went to Mardi Gras?
Of course. How could I forget?
Now, do you
it's
remember?
Like yesterday.
Yeah, if you remember, we were all. Now check this out, people. We left. This is what we did for Mardi Gras. We had no plans. We didn't know because my sister used to live in New Orleans.
Right.
So we all said, hey, we have a place to stay whenever we want to go. I used to go to New Orleans to go to Jazz Fest and Mardi Gras for about 5 years straight. Then one day my sister's like, ain't no house no more.
Oh.
You're on your own. And we were all like, fuck it. That's not going to stop us.
That's right. We'll sleep in the damn car if we have to. Anything to see some breasts.
Anyway, see titties. Like we couldn't get on the internet. We had to drive to see him in person. Couldn't go to the strip club in here. But so we went there. We had no plan. We didn't know what we were gonna do. So we left early that morning. Went to Mardi Gras because it was an 8-hour drive from where we are. Got there at around 6 or something. Went found a parking space.
Yep.
Went down to Bourbon Street.
Right.
And then we had the crazy idea to drive back.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what? We partied with drunk people. I know. I sobered up a little bit, and then we said we're driving back.
Right.
And I had to go to work the next day.
Right.
Now I get all you guys together. How you got drunk? A machine? I don't know.
Joel, I did. Yeah.
Joel was drunk. You were.
I remember when we got there, how miserable I felt because I had been drinking in the car, which obviously you shouldn't do. But I'm not driving. So as soon as we get there, it's like bright and early. The floats are coming by, and people are throwing all kinds of shit. I get a big old thing of beads, like hits me on my fucking head. And I'm hungover already. And it's like early. I'm like, oh my God. Not like this.
No, not this way. Not this way.
Yeah, I got people waving, and I'm like, fuck off. I want to go back in the car and sleep.
But, yeah, we're going to plug you into the lighter and everything. But man, we get there. So you fucked up. Yeah. Joel is way fucked up.
He is. I blame him. He was the reason why I was messed up.
Yeah. You can't do that when you hang around Joel.
No.
Yeah, Joel will get you fucked up by osmosis.
You know me and Joel's adventures.
Oh, I know.
We'll get in that later. But anyway, we were all there. We were ready. We were prepared, and of course there's Raymond, happy as can be.
Man, I'm looking for Raymond. Raymond ain't got no money or anything, and so I'm buying him shit. I'm buying him beers and everything.
We're all buying him.
Yeah,
shit.
We're buying him. Everybody's chipping in for the Raymond fund.
Yes,
we're all looking for Raymond. I go to the strip club where he said he was going to go.
Okay, well let me tell you how he got there.
What happened?
Okay, Raymond needed a. Number one, Raymond had no ID with him. So Raymond was like, look, there's a strip club I want to go to, man, but I ain't got no ID. And I was like, you know what? I got one for you. So don't ask me how, but I managed to get him an ID that looked just like him.
I remember this.
Yes.
It was a random Mexican guy.
Yes, I was right next to Joel, and Joel started laughing his ass off because he looked at the ID, and he's like, dude, you're in. So we give him the ID, and I was like, if it doesn't work, come right back. We're going to be hanging out right here at this place. Come right back. And I mean, run your ass back here so we're not stuck here. But if we don't see you in an hour, then you're on your own. So I give him that fucking ID. He takes off, and of course, we never see or hear from him again. So we said, fuck it. I think right after he left, we were like, fuck it, let's go somewhere else. Yeah, he's hanging out, and then we're all doing our thing, looking at the titties and throwing beads at people's heads, and then obviously it comes time to leave.
Yes.
And we're looking for Raymond. And we were like, all we said to you is he's at some kind of titty bar. We don't know where or where it's located.
Yeah.
But he's at a titty bar somewhere. So good luck. Good luck, Corey.
Sure enough, though, I tracked him down, man.
Yeah, you did.
I went in that club. This fool, broke-ass Raymond, no money Raymond Mendoza.
Mm-hmm.
I run in there, and that fool is sitting there with not one, but two strippers. And he's got and I swear to God, man, he really is sitting there.
Yeah.
And he's got them sitting on his lap.
Yeah.
There he is, John, the basement roommate.
John is,
Every time we record,
John is no Raymond.
John is no Raymond at all. John came in like a couple of guys after Raymond.
John doesn't believe in bringing hookers to the home. He doesn't believe in eating Corey's Hunger Man. He's a good guy.
I've eaten some of John's food before, and I told John, I said, John, I think I ate your shit. I'm sorry.
How can you think when it's just you and I who live here, Corey?
Yeah, John comes in. John comes in every time we start recording, John's coming in. John's cool. John goes to get his hookers out the house.
I don't know what John does for a living, but I don't want to ask.
God bless John.
He may be an assassin for all we know.
He was wearing all black when he came.
He comes and goes.
But anyway, Raymond sit up there with two strippers on his lap, and he looks straight at me, and he's grinning. He's got the biggest
that
smile.
Retard smile.
Now here's the other thing. they are eating food that he bought for all of them.
That's right.
I mean, there's a bitch that eating chicken wings.
Yeah, sitting on his lap eating chicken wings. Oh, how sexy.
And I said, Raymond, get your fucking ass up. We are going back to Austin. How the fuck you afforded this? I don't know. Something about he got money from his mother from a card that she gave him. I was like, how come you didn't use that card when we were buying you?
Did he tell you how much he had with him, actually?
No.
He had I want to say he had about $800.
What?
Yeah.
How did you find this out?
Because he told me.
I never knew this.
Unless I was drunk and I dreamed that shit. No. No.
Fucking, I'm like Bill Christian Bell. Fucking ass.
You didn't know that?
No.
Come on. Yeah, I told him, I was like, dude, how much did you end up spending in there? And I think he spent a little well over $600 on that fucking
That
thing.
motherfucker, man.
Think about it. He had 2 hookers. God knows. I mean, hookers. I'm sorry. Strippers. Two strippers hanging out on his lap. He's there eating goddamn hamburgers and fries, whatever. Shit ain't cheap.
Not in a strip club, no.
So, yeah, he told me, he's like, co-host, I came prepared. I'm telling you, dude, when we brought him, it was like he was fucking going to Disneyland. I mean, it was his Disneyland.
Man, that fucking asshole. Now, you see, after all this, I felt kind of bad. I think back on everything. I think like, man, because when I first met him, he was really cool, man. And he still is. Don't get me wrong. I love the guy. I do. I really do love the guy like a little brother, man. I really do. But that fucking man, all this time he didn't have money. His fucking parents, his mother came in with his sister.
Yeah.
And after this fucker ate all my food, they sat there and they ate in front of me. Yeah. And I was at the end of the table like, wow, boy, that shit looks good. And they're like, yeah, it is. And they were all just smacking. And I was like, wow, Raymond's mom with Miss Mendoza, is that homemade?
Can't talk to you. I'm eating.
Yeah, like, yeah, it is, Corey. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. And Raymond's like, yeah, it's great, Corey. This is real good. My mom can cook. And I'm like, really? I was like, so y'all brought shit and bring a lot. And they're like, yeah. We did.
Don't worry.
We're going to eat it all, too. And I was like,
we're going to throw away our leftovers. Oh, I'm so full. Yeah. Throw that shit away.
And I walked out just fucking, I was angry, man. I was like, this son of a bitch sat here and ate my food for all my fucking hungry, man. He can't give me fucking one tamale.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, you left your home. So they had the whole place to themselves.
They took the whole place to themselves, man.
For once, they had a sense of normalcy.
Yeah, they came to my house to live like Norman Rockwell and shit.
Let's pretend this is our castle.
Asshole, man. And out of all that time, when I said, Raymond, how you going to get the money to pay rent? He could have went wherever he got that money from, $800 fucking bucks on strippers. I wish he had paid for hookers then, but he can't pay me fucking $300 for rent.
Corey, a man has his priorities.
That asshole, man. That fucking makes you want to call him up and get paid now for all his back pay.
Well, you know that shit is gone now. Ain't no way.
Well, he did. Okay, quick epilogue, man. He came back to stay for a week.
Right.
And it was kind of like old times, like when he stayed here, but without all the frustration and everything. And I really had it. We sat down. We had a great time talking. It was really cool. And then he took a bus down to near the border to Brownsville or something like that to stay with a cousin he was going to work with.
Yeah.
Leon. Now you remember when he was on his MySpace page? He was always
he was
dressed
Blade.
Like Blade.
He was Blade. He wasn't dressed. He wasn't dressed as Blade. He was Blade.
Yeah, he was Blade. Yeah,
he had the glasses, the sword, the whole 9 yards.
He was the
boots.
Mexican Blade.
Yeah.
He had the serum. What we call him? We used to call him Raymond, the Mexican Mac Damon, and I was the black Ben Affleck.
No, right. Every time I saw that MySpace page where he was like posing like Blade, I was like,
yeah,
who's this motherfucker? Who's he looking for? He looking for Whistler?
He had the fucking sword and shit, and like all up in the air, and they're like, yeah, that fucking man. But so he calls Leon, and or he's sending Leon emails, and he's saying, yeah, I'm gonna have this big party, and I want you guys to come. And he kept sending this like a variation of the email over and over again. Leon's probably like, Raymond, you keep telling me about this party, but there's no details. You know, there's not a time, there's not a place.
Right.
What's up with this party? And he sends Leon an email back and he says, The party will be in the kingdom of heaven when you accept Jesus.
Oh boy!
Yeah. So he's been saved, man, and maybe that's the best for him. I don't know.
Hey, at least somebody's saving his ass.
I want to tell him, like, hey, ask Jesus where my back rent is.
First is Corey, now it's Jesus.
Yeah, even Jesus is gonna be like, look, man, you gotta get on out of here.
Yeah, Ram, you gotta pay your fucking.
You a good person.
Pay your fucking rent. Before I bring the wrath of God down on your ass. You guys gonna be walking out there on the long road like Moses.
What'd you say? That fool was dressed like Blade.
Yeah, he's gonna be using that sword as a walking stick. Thank God for them sunglasses. He's gonna need them. Someone's gonna beat on his ass.
Man, that's funny that he told you spent that money. I didn't know he confided in you like that.
Oh, he
He knew if he had told me, I would have wrung his fucking neck.
He could trust me.
Yeah, because he didn't owe you shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh well, man, that motherfucker. But you know what,
good
man?
times.
You
good
know
times.
what though? If nothing else, hey, I can't really be too hard on the kid because he gave me some good stories.
He gave you plenty of material to work with. There,
like I say, I really am going to write a script about that dude one day.
You need
He's
to.
fucking crazy. Oh shit! Oh, it's this time.
Oh.
Rocking and rolling. Yeah, you know what that means? Rock! Whoa. Rock and roll. Rock.
Email time.
Oh, yeah. All right. Email time. But everybody keeps
Raymond should have used that music while he was fucking stripping.
That was his song. Rock.
I think it would have went over 100 times better. Those Batman underoos of his. I bet you anything that motherfucker probably forgot to take off his socks. He's probably up there fucking dancing around like goddamn Pee Wee Herman.
He's like struggling to get his shirt off and shit.
Wearing two wrong colored socks.
He probably wouldn't even dance. He probably just got on stage like taking his clothes off, hopping to get out of his jeans and shit, falling in the chairs.
He's wearing a Superman and an Aquaman sock. Damn.
Oh, that fool, boy. Memories like the color of his pants.
Awesome.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Yes. Email time.
Oh man, first one here is from Surfer. I think Surfer got some beef with me.
Oh shit. As long as it's not with me.
I'm sure you in there somewhere.
Saints be praised.
Oh, that's what I was going to talk about earlier. We are planning a Spill film festival, but I probably shouldn't even say that because we don't know if that can happen.
Yeah.
But okay, you know what? Let me leave that alone. I just had a
pretend you never heard
fart. That. Yeah. Okay. He says, "Hey, Uncle Corey." Can you imagine Surfer calling me Uncle?
Man, don't be.
Hey,
yeah.
hey,
the first
Corey.
thing I tell him, like, don't fucking call me Uncle Corey. That's creepy.
He says, "I know you going to let me speak on the Spill Awards and make a fool of myself for a few minutes, right? Right, Knuckle?"
Is that what he says? Yeah. Oh my god!
Right, Knuckle?
The right bitch.
Yes, I do want to have. Man, I want to do this thing right though, because I want to do a Spill Awards because he organized this, but I want to do it right. I want to have guests from the site come on. I want to plan it correct. Right. I want to do this. I want to come correct.
Okay.
So Surfer, you were the main one that spearheaded this thing. So yes, you will have a chance to speak, and I will cut you off in mid-sentence. All right. This next email comes from. You're never gonna believe this, man.
Ooh.
It is so weird giving a theme tonight. Dick and balls.
Oh, God. Can't ever seem to get away from those dick and balls.
Man, I'm not. I know people probably think that I went and like found this email just so I could have this joke. No, that was the next one on the list.
Oh,
I'm not lying to you. Dick and balls says, "What are the greatest films that you've seen you don't want to have?
You don't want to have?
You don't want to and haven't seen more than once." I don't know what the fuck that means.
What?
What are the greatest films you've seen that you don't want to and haven't seen more? What?
Oh, okay, well, sorry. Did he write that with his dick and balls? I don't know.
Yeah, he must have. You know how people typing with their thumbs?
Yeah.
He typed these with his balls.
Yeah. I know I could do this.
It says, for me, it's The Crying Game, Saving Private Ryan, and now thanks to Hulu, Requiem for a Dream. Oh, so I guess he's talking about movies that
He's enjoyed, but you can constantly watch him over and over.
No, I think that they're movies with the subject matter
is hard,
is so bad, harsh
to watch. Yeah,
you don't. Why didn't you fucking say that?
I don't know.
Why can't he just say that?
Yeah.
Listen to this fucking question. What are the movies that you've seen that you don't want to, but you haven't seen more than once? I was like, what the fuck? Just say, what are movies that you've seen that are so harsh in their subject matter that you love them the first time, but you don't want to see them again?
Okay, yeah.
I tell you, man, for some reason, and I have seen it more than once, but Platoon was like that for me.
Oh, really?
Thought it was a great movie, but I didn't want to see it again. It was like there was some harsh shit in there. But I would see like the tail end of it on HBO a lot, and I was like, hey, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good question though.
Damn.
What about you?
I have a few. I'll just mention two. Schindler's List. That's one. Mm-hmm. I love that movie, but I have no desire really to see it again, only because the subject matter is pretty harsh. But the worst one for me, that's super hard to watch, and I really loved, was Dancer in the Dark, the Bjork movie.
Oh yeah,
that movie.
That's a harsh ending there.
It is hardcore, and I love Bjork, and just at the end of that film, I was just like, God.
Yeah, it's a very depressing ending.
I'm glad I saw this, but part of me wishes that I wish I didn't pick it up.
Man Bites Dog, I thought was a really well-made movie, but I can't.
Yeah,
I saw the uncut version. They had the rape scene.
Where the rape scene and all that. Yeah, that's
like,
crazy.
Man, I don't even appreciate this shit.
Yeah.
So that's one. What's another? There was this movie. I forgot the name of it. It was directed by. The guy directed Boys in the Hood. John Singleton. Yeah. I forgot the name of the movie. It was based on a town where this woman, a white woman, blamed a fictional black man for raping her because she was sleeping around with a guy, and her husband found out.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Who have you been with?" And she's like, "I was raped," and she didn't want to tell him, "I've been fucking around." So everybody gathers up. All these people go just on a lynch mob killing spree, killing all these black people in this town. Ving Rhames was in it. Yeah. Don Cheadle was in it. I wish, and somebody could put the name up, but I forgot the name. Wasn't damn from
Good Times?
From Good Times is in there. The mom from Good Times is in there. Esther Roll, and
wow,
it's a movie that is harsh in its lynchings. I mean, they show people after they've been burned alive. They show people being hung. They show a lynching scene where they got guys who are hanging and they castrate them while they're alive and cut their ears off.
Damn.
Not only is it disturbing and grotesque, but it just made me fucking angry.
Hotel Rwanda.
That's another one,
another
man.
movie that makes me angry. I can't watch that. Oh, but this just hit me. Irreversible.
Yeah,
that is hard fucking core, yeah. And as much as I like the idea of the film and the editing and just the look of the film, the rape scene is incredibly harsh, and the beginning is hard. I mean, it's just it really shows.
And it's a good movie,
people
but
being like at their fucking worst, and it's hard. It's hard to watch again.
Irreversible is a French film.
Yeah.
Vincent Cassel's in it, and I forgot who. What's her name? The actress. She was in.
Monica Bellucci.
Yeah. There's a 10-minute rape scene, violent rape scene of her in 9 minutes, and then
terrible.
there's one of the great. It's a great effect, and I wonder how they did it. But there's a guy getting his head bashed in with a fire extinguisher.
With the fire,
it looks real
crazy. Yeah, that shit made me sick watching.
Yeah,
that.
so we can go on and on, but those are some of the few. And Schindler's List is one. There's some more innocent ones, like Carlisle and I had talked about the animated films that we always mention, Plague Dogs, Watership Down, When the Wind Blows. All those things is hard for me to watch again. So
I can watch Watership Down. I can watch that over and over. I love that.
It just makes me sad, man.
Yeah.
So let's go on to the next question.
All right.
Here. Okay, that's not a question. Someone put on here, let's do this, and then they had, hey, what's up? Okay. I'm not going to even say whose name that is. That's
Nothing.
Not a question. Yeah, all right. This is from Big Man Dan. Whoa. He says, fast and simple. That's what we like. Who should play Jimi Hendrix on the big screen? I think that it should be an unknown who could play an instrument.
Yeah, it should be an unknown.
They said that they were going to get Andre 3000 to play him. Which, hey, he's a musician, but it's Andre 3000.
It is, yeah.
You're looking at Andre 3000.
You know who he is. That's all you're going to think about is it's.
They were talking about getting Lawrence Fishburne a long time ago.
That could have worked.
To play Jimi Hendrix. Now, he can't play it today.
No way, yeah.
But he said...
Back then, that could have worked. When he was really young, like a little after Apocalypse Now, yeah. He was like a teenager, yeah.
Well, even in like Kings of New York Day and stuff like that, I mean, before we hit like late 90s, I think he could have done it. And because he even said, man, look at me. And back then, he said, look at me. I look like the guy. And I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? Lawrence Fishburne does look like Jimi Hendrix.
He did at one point.
Jimi Hendrix... A lot of people want to come in here and argue with me on this, but no, and no, it is not a black thing. Carlisle tried to say they're trying to keep the black man down. Fuck off. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with him being black. Even though a lot of people want to forget. It's funny. I knew this girl, man. She went to I was going out with this girl. She went to school. She was telling me when she was in high school. She was hanging out with this guy, and the guy was. And why she was hanging out with him, I don't know. But she said that the guy was totally just not really racist, but just kind of prejudiced. You know, he had all kind of just crazy shit to say about people other than white people. Like all racists have a tendency to do sometimes. But he was really harsh sometimes. And she's like, well, you like Jimi Hendrix. And he's like, Jimi Hendrix isn't black. It's funny how when you like somebody, you can just all of a sudden, they change in front of you. You know, you want to like somebody, like automatically Jimi Hendrix in his mind change colors. And he's like,
oh, yeah.
Maybe he never saw Jimi Hendrix. I don't know how you can miss Jimi Hendrix. But like, Jimi Hendrix isn't black. I'm like,
It's funny because it reminds me of that racist that is always on Howard Stern, the guy who's part of the goddamn Klan. He was like the head dragon at one point in the Klan. But,
Daniel Carver.
Yeah, Daniel Carver, and it's funny because he speaks to Howard like he's not like Jewish. You know, he treats him
like he's not Jewish. He's Robin like she's not black.
Exactly.
And he said when he goes to watch an Eddie Murphy movie, he's like, yeah, he's kind of funny.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, okay, I just separated those people from the bunch because there's something about them that I like, so they're no longer black.
Yeah, can't be black.
I've made that decision right now in my head.
I hereby decree that you are not black. But Jimi Hendrix, no matter what color he is the revolutionary guitar player. He is the cause of the every sound that you hear in rock guitar, even a little bit jazz guitar. It goes back to Jimi Hendrix. He is the pioneer.
There'd be no death metal if it wasn't for Jimi.
Man, seriously, it really. I mean,
no, you're right.
Every genre of electric guitar goes back to Jimi Hendrix. Nobody heard that shit.
Oh no. Well, you could still you throw on a Jimi Hendrix, and he is a fucking one of a kind. There's nobody doing anywhere near close as what he remotely did. I mean, he made that fucking guitar speak. I mean, it's insane. If you haven't heard Jimi, fucking do yourself a favor. And stick yourself in a room, turn off the lights, and just listen. And it'll floor you.
Yeah.